Morning settles over the forests of Kanto. Above the trees, three flying Pokémon share the same sky, but survive it in very different ways. This is their story. Pidgeotto patrols higher air, using lift to reduce effort. Fearow hunts closer to the canopy, relying on speed and force. Noctowl waits for darkness, moving only when the sky empties. Everything here depends on altitude and timing. None of the three controls the air. Survival works because the sky allows different costs. Pidgeotto enters the sky early, while the forest below is still cool. It climbs slowly, tracing wide circles above the canopy. Its wings stretch and hold, beating only when the air stops carrying it. Much of its movement comes from lift rather than effort. From this height, the ground blurs into texture. Individual movements are hard to separate. Pidgeotto watches without urgency, turning its head as it drifts. Hunger is present but controlled. Waiting costs less than chasing. When motion finally breaks from the forest below, Pidgeotto adjusts its wings and angles downward. It circles once, then dives. The strike is brief, it misses. Pidgeotto pulls up immediately and climbs back into higher air. There is no pursuit. Energy saved matters more than success. Fearow climbs aggressively, wings beating hard and often. Height is gained quickly, then spent just as fast. It does not linger. It searches while moving, scanning the canopy below for opportunity. When Fearow dives, it commits fully. The drop is straight and forceful, air tearing past its wings. The strike is fast. It misses. Fearow climbs again, but the cost is immediate. Wings beat harder now. The air offers no lift, only resistance. After one final effort, Fearow turns away. It leaves the hunting ground not because it failed, but because staying longer would cost too much. Speed creates chances, but it shortens time. Noctowl remains grounded while the sky is busy. Day hunters fill the air with sound and movement. This is not its moment. As the sun lowers, the air changes. Warm currents weaken. Activity thins. Only then does Noctowl rise. Its wings move without sound. Soft feathers absorb the noise of flight. As light fades, vision gives way to hearing. Small sounds stand out clearly now. A shift below, a rustle out of place. Noctowl descends only when the moment is certain. It does not chase. In the night, success comes from precision, not speed. As the day advances, the sky above Kanto begins to change. Warm air rises unevenly from the forest below. Shadows stretch across the canopy. Light sharpens, then softens again as clouds drift overhead. These subtle shifts reshape the air itself, pushing each hunter into motion in a different way. Pidgeotto maintains its wide, circling flight high above the trees. Its wings remain extended for long stretches, catching rising air whenever possible. Each loop is steady and controlled, conserving energy while covering large ground below. From this height, the forest appears calm, almost flat. Leaves blur into a single surface, broken only by occasional movement. Pidgeotto watches carefully. Most motion means nothing. Wind-disturbed branches, flickers of shadow. A brief shift finally separates itself from the pattern. Pidgeotto adjusts its angle, circles once more to confirm, then dives. The strike fails. It pulls out immediately and climbs back into higher air. There is no pursuit. The patrol resumes. Here, patience matters more than success. Lower in the sky, Fearow moves with urgency. Its wings beat hard and often, driving it upward before each dive. Height is gained quickly and spent just as fast. Fearow does not linger. It searches while moving, scanning the forest below without pause. When it dives, it commits fully. The drop is straight and fast. The strike misses. Fearow climbs again, but the cost is immediate. Wing beats grow heavier. Recovery takes longer. The air offers no lift here, only resistance. One more attempt brings nothing. The balance shifts. Remaining airborne now costs more than it offers. Fearow turns away and leaves the hunting space behind. Hunger remains, but exhaustion decides the outcome. While the day hunters move, Noctowl remains hidden. It does not rise while the sky is crowded. Sound and motion fill the air, making precision difficult. This is not its time. As the sun lowers, conditions begin to change. Warm currents weaken, light fades. One by one, daytime hunters withdraw. Only then does Noctowl emerge. Its wings move without sound, feathers absorbing the air. In the dimming light, vision becomes unreliable. Hearing takes over. Noctowl listens as it glides, isolating small sounds that now carry farther. A rustle, a shift, a mistake made in shadow. It descends only when certainty replaces charm. Here, success comes not from speed but from timing. By late afternoon, the differences are clear. Pidgeotto trusts patience and altitude. Fearow trusts speed and force. Noctowl trusts timing and silence. They share the same sky, but not the same moment. Air, light and energy shift constantly, favoring one strategy then another. Survival here is not decided by dominant, but by knowing when the sky is worth staying in and when it is not. Later in the day, the sky draws the three hunters closer, not through competition, but through timing. As the sun lowers, the air above the forest changes. Warm currents weaken, light thins, sound carries farther. Usable air compresses, creating a brief overlap between altitude, movement, and shadow. Pidgeotto enters this space first. It glides lower than before, wings steady but no longer circling wide. The signs it once trusted are harder to read now. Shapes blur, distance becomes uncertain. Pidgeotto does not hunt. It tests the air briefly, preparing to leave rather than commit. Fearow passes through next. It cuts straight across the sky, fast and loud, wings beating hard. There is urgency in its movement, but no intention to stay. This is not a hunt. It is a final crossing. Fearow does not slow before disappearing beyond the trees. Above them, Noctowl rises into the thinning light. Its arrival is silent. Wings move without sound. It does not challenge the others or announce itself. It simply occupies the space they are abandoning. For a short time, their paths overlap without contact. There is no confrontation, no signal. Each hunter reads the same changes in the air and responds in its own way. Then they separate again. As daylight fades, the sky above Kanto cools. Light thins over the forest canopy, and the air settles into slower movement. Pidgeotto glides toward shelter, wings steady as it leaves the open air. Fearow is already gone, carrying its hunger beyond the trees. Noctowl remains aloft, moving silently where darkness has begun to gather. There is no dominance here. Height beside the shadow, speed beside restraint. Three hunters shaped by one sky. Conditions will shift again, but the balance holds. Lift for Pidgeotto, momentum for Fearow, night for Noctowl. Darkness deepens. Pidgeotto rests. Fearow recovers. Noctowl continues its quiet watch. Three paths, one sky.